Hello, Assalamu alaikum. Today, Israel has attacked on Iran, especially in military bases, nuclear research plant, officers, scientists, residences, where chief of military staff, chief of IRGC staff, atomic scientists, others, more than 100 people have died. Like United Nations Secretary General, I have already expressed my deepest concern on this, as attacking any country is treated as foreign aggression and violation of international laws, United Nations laws committed by Israeli attack. I also express my deepest mourn on it and give condolence to death families, urging Iranian government and state authority to hold highest restraint, including Israel. As a political observer, thinker, lawyer, jurist, political activist, I have been observing and learning the entire world, mankind's activities for a longer time, with seeking deep solution to resolve the world problems. Soon, it is found there are both religious and governance problem yet within mankind in the world, including Muslims and non-Muslims, Islamic phobia and anti-Semitism problems. For these reasons, I've also given my own written books to both Muslims and non-Muslims, clearing their knowledge on appropriate religious spirituality and governance, including cultures, what last and final prophet, Hazrat Muhammad, peace be upon him, introduced within mankind, that is also mentioned in Holy Divine Book, Quran and its Sunnah, where I have urged non-Muslims to come in full Quran Sunnah lessons. If not, then at least come to Quran Sunnah, Tawrat Injil consistency practices called pure Ahli Kitab Muslims or sacred Christian or other sect of identities. Even all prophets, messengers handed over their disciples' responsibilities to last and final prophet, messenger Muhammad, peace be upon him, with head of the team of prophecy, coronation in Baitul Muqaddas in Jerusalem, with two Raka Salah leading or Imamat performance as a messenger for entire mankind since 610 AD to till Qiyamah, end of the earth. In addition, I have also shown in my book World Governance, Cultural Norms, Practices, Professional and Financial Practices alongside religious full jurisdiction in Holy Divine 104 books, including final Holy Book, Quran, Sunnah norms. It is seen Muslims and non-Muslims are currently almost very near a position considering these, except religious spiritual worships lessons. Muslims have been teaching both spirituality and governance by 1400 years according to Quran and its earlier 103 divine books, where 80 years have only passed after Second and First World War. Even United Nations has achieved huge and tremendous success, especially engaging world people under a single umbrella, introducing one country, world, one nation, mankind, one central governance, despite many difficulties. However, current Shia sect Muslims Iranian nation had 3000 years empire, where Sunni sect Muslims had also 1400 years empire with good command and control over world. Following this, many Muslims expect yet similar command and control like earlier within mankind and globe as part of their sentiment. But the reality is that Jews Christian sect, including India non-Muslim sect, have successfully established United Nations Permanent Security Council member and global dominance under their dire command and control. recognized like non-Muslim world empire, though Sunni sects, Muslims are assisting them, working, standing beside them, often like a joint member team as much as possible. Muslims are the religious divine teacher of non-Muslims according to Quran, where they are yet teaching religious worships and taught science, technologies, governance, cultures, earlier period largely. Nowadays, non-Muslims have learned more governance, science, technologies, professional and economic management. What now we are Muslims learning this from them. Even four Imam, religious scholars, Hanafi, Shafi, Maliki, and Hanbali, learned each other like scientists, Socrates, Einstein, like even teacher learning from disciples what Sunni Muslims have adopted with adjustment with non-Muslims, especially Western countries, but only Shia sect Muslims have been fighting against Western countries, yet as part of their sentiment of earlier empire. Even earlier empire nations, Arabs, Turkey, has been working in NATO countries together with including Indian subcontinent Muslims with British, USA, Europe, even Pope in Vatican in Italy, Japan, Germany, Commonwealth countries, including USA, both have been working together. So Iran also must hold the reality of the world order situations, especially on Muslims. 95% science technologies knowledge, 99% military strength, 95 to 98% economic strength, media cultural influences as part of the world's dominance. If Iran wants to achieve dominance, command and control over world fighting against non-Muslims, that would be disaster for it. What I suggested Iran before 5 years, leaving no program, more concentrating on positive use of nuclear program like medical, teaching, energy, etc., as well as working in Middle East Shia sects, working jointly with NATO with good business deal as an Imam Ayatollah led democratic country like almost constitutional monarchy with democratic country. Even Israel, like no country, Pakistan, India, is friendly, ally country of Europe, US, United Nations Permanent Security Council members. In fact, Iran must be friendly ally of Europe, US, like no Muslim countries, Turkey, Pakistan, under reality norm for world peace and stability, as well as future move forward. Even mankind has a hit more jointly working Muslims and non-Muslim together, where often 70% unity has been already established, and rest of the others 100% has to be united under one country, world, Prithvi, Prithivian nation, earthly nation, even religiously, whole Muslims or whole Muslims and less Muslim sects of mankind, alongside common economic prosperity, budget, even teacher being a house teacher, teaching students, taking shelter in students' home with livelihood and accommodation, alongside teacher teaching students with own making university with ownership, where both teachers are ruling students even soft beating. For example, only 4 million British Muslims have been teaching religious worships to majority 8 crore non-Muslims in UK with honor and dignity without problems and difficulties. Therefore, Muslims, including Iran, do not need to establish always absolute command and control in the world, performing its responsibilities, and duties, including correcting mankind, mentioned in Quran Sunnah.